George Soros, who is a multi billionaire who broke the Bank of England back in the days. Made some money moves in the first quarter of this year. Let's look at his transactions. This article is from Reuters by way of Yahoo Finance. Soros Fund Management cut Tesla stake, added Netflix in first quarter. All right. So George slashed its stake in vehicle makers Tesla and Rivian and added to Netflix shares. Okay. So I disagree with the slashing of Tesla, as it's down a lot, right? It's at least a 50% pullback. So this will be the time maybe to start dipping in. Now if we go to the weekly chart, although price did break down of this symmetric triangle during earnings, it appears that price has hit a low and it's breaking back to the upside, and appears that it's going to close this week above the resistance support band at 166. So again, from a macro standpoint, this is a place to start adding Tesla, especially if the Feds are going to stop raising interest rates. All right. He also slashed his stake in Rivian, actually to the tune of 90%, and I wholeheartedly agree with that. Let's look at Rivian stock, and a lot different than Tesla, right? At least Tesla is rebounding, so to speak, and is the market leader, right? So I agree with the slashing of Rivian. In addition, unlike Tesla, which appears to be closing above a resistance support band, Rivian can't even get back to the resistance support band, and when it has, it's been rejected twice. All right. Now he added to his Netflix bag, and that was probably a good bet, as Netflix is surging. This is the daily chart, so you can see that price did react to this daily sellers level. However, today we got news that they added 5 million monthly active users to their ad-supported tier, so that's why stock has popped roughly $25. So I'm going to take that off. Now, if he added in the first quarter, that would be anywhere between 320 and roughly 290. So he probably got in, if you average it out, maybe at 310, 320. However, price is piercing a monthly sellers level at 385. Let's zoom out a bit so we can see that. All right, let's go to the weekly chart just to see that a bit. All right, so I don't know if this level is going to hold. Obviously, it came once to the level, reacted. However, there's not a significant amount of volume, so price could go higher. All right. So he purchased shares of Tesla and electric truck startup Rivian in 2022, where he bought 35 million of the Tesla convertible bonds in 2018. Again, he added new positions to Walmart, Netflix, as we discussed, and JD.com. He boosted his stake in Qualcomm, while nearly tripled his position in Nike and increased his holdings in Uber. All right, so that's a handful. I think Walmart is recently had earnings. Um, they beat their Q1 earnings, also raised their guidance um, for the year. Why am I getting? Okay, let's go here. However, price is pulling back now. We can see that on the daily chart. So we had a gap up in price. However, price is selling off. Probably some profit taken, but also price is being rejected by this resistance support band. Closes above 152 on the weekly chart. Price could test its all-time high at the 160 level. All right, he bought Uber. Let's look at Uber. All right, so let's go to the daily chart. Let's zoom out a little bit to the weekly. All right, so price appears to be breaching the daily sellers level at 38. Price did hit it once and had a strong drop. However, this extended range green candle was on earnings, and yeah, appears to be breaching this level at 38. Look for your next target at the $42 level where we have resistance. All right, Qualcomm, he added that. Let's see, Qualcomm. I think Qualcomm has been pretty dead. If you look at the monthly stock chart, however, it is at a level of resistance. So let's see. I think the better level to buy to go long is down at 90, where that should serve as support, which was previous resistance. All right, JD.com, he bought that as well, and that is also at a level of support at the $34 level. Right now, this month's candle is indecision as buyers and sellers decide who's going to duke it out for the next leg up or leg down. All right, let's go back to. All right, the firm also added new stake in railroad operators CSX and Norfolk Southern. Now, months ago, Norfolk Southern got into an issue. They had a derailment. It's a big issue. I believe it was in Palestine, Ohio. So they're facing lawsuits. I'm not sure why he bought stake in the railroads, especially if we are going into recession. There's going to be less goods that need to be transported back and forth, but nevertheless, let's look at CSX. All right, CSX appears to be holding up, but it is range bound. It was making lower lows and lower highs. You got your higher low, so it's range bound right now. What you really need to see is price take out this pivot here at the $34 level to get confirmation that price wants to go higher and potentially retest its all-time highs at $38. All right, Norfolk Southern. All right, let's look at Norfolk, and we did have a still valid support resistance band at the $200 level. Price did break down. Below that, it is basing, and the best level to go long, or where George should have added his stake to his portfolio, would have been at the buyer's level at 185. All right, let's go back. Cut a stake in Walt Disney by 75%. Yeah, right now Walt Disney is fighting with the governor of Florida um, over something. Don't really know what's going on there. But let's look at Disney stock. And I think Disney is in a decline. A better level to buy is lower. Let's see. Yeah. So we'll stay on the weekly chart. Price did break down from this symmetrical triangle. I believe this was on earnings. Um, better level to buy is at the monthly buyers level at $74, which is roughly 20 points below current price. Um, time to have cut his stake was um, really when the um, pandemic story was over, and that would have been closer to 170, um, or a breakdown from the pivot highs at 150. All right, so he's kind of late on that. Let's see. That's about it. He didn't make a lot of moves. Don't really understand some of the rationale behind the moves, but what's his worth? 6.7 billion. He's 92. You can never bet against billionaires, multimillionaires, centimillionaires who have done it decade in and decade out. So, although I may not understand some of these moves, um, I'm sure he has good reason to have added or cut his stake. Thanks for watching. Subscribe. Please like the video.